Okay, we are live in the second game of the first round. The original Misfits versus Team Sergeant. Let's see how this goes. This is the best of 3. Loser goes to Bro bracket. In the best of 1, the winner goes on to the winner bracket. It's quarterfinals, I suppose, I think. First man right out the bat is a silencer.
Dieting man. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 18 ban.
Avoid ban out, so expect it. They're going to go for more of a nuke heavy lineup after banning that silencer. While as Team Sergeant don't like too many stuns, so right out the bat banning the Elder Titan.
5 seconds remaining. Dieting pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Line pick right out the bat.
Ten seconds remaining. Wrestle back. Radiant team pick.
Jakiro
Dieting
pick.
pick.
So far, Bristleback has become the most popular pick in this tournament. Almost every game so far, we have seen this Bristol Porcupine.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Overtime for their next pick, OM.
The prodigal hero returns. Yeah, I can make it back.
Timbersaw pick.
Radiant team ban.
This could be either a carry Timbersaw, possibly. Which is very... Actually, Timbersaw is actually very good against Bristleback in terms of nuking him down. Because Bristleback is very sustainable to light click damage. This is a good pick from OM.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
got Tech Geeks coming in, joining in our spectator list after winning first series of this tournament. Oh, they banned the Invoker. They don't want the nukes. They do not want the nukes at all. While as Team Sergeant do not want the right clicks. They're banning a lot of mid heroes early in this game.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Commentator, huh? Sure. Yeah, sure. Can we choose fine? Kecil. Raya.
Dire team ban.
Maşallah.
Radiant team pick. Disruptor.
We're probably going to try to combine that kinetic field static storm combination with the ice wall and the pyro fire. Macro pyro, sorry. Macro.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Phantom
Assassin pick right ahead. This could be possibly a mid PA. Mid Timber also will be very interesting, but depends on what Team Sergeant picks for their mid. Right now, the already dual support has been picked, so now the next will be the ADC and the mid for Sergeant.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
By the way, OM was a previous Summer League champion, so this is their return into the tournament scene, trying to take back the crown which they took back a few months before.
10 seconds remaining.
A juggernaut pick for
5
Sergeant.
seconds remaining.
Probably going to go for maybe a Silver Edge style build to combine to
Reserve time.
counter the Phantom Assassin blur, which causes a hella lot of evasion.
Seconds remaining.
Ah, Pugna pick.
Radiant team ban.
Maybe to try to counter the Juggernaut from attacking using his second skill. Also this very annoying Nether Ward, which will be quite effective towards the Jakiro and Disruptor. But if Disruptor can hit the Pugna off, because these two heroes are very squishy. Especially also the line. It's very squishy kind of draft. But if they do get the good ganks in the early game, this will be quite effective.
Reserve time.
You need a nuker, I think, in the last pick. But depends. The mid pick is still not up for Sergeant. Invoker has been banned. SF still a possibility. You could see a Lina also. we could see AM has been banned as well. But why did they ban AM when they have Juggernaut to carry?
10 seconds remaining.
Storm has been banned.
Dire team banned.
Well, the Storm can be actually quite ineffective if there's a Disruptor. There's a Glimpse and a good Static Storm. Static Storm combination. Not Static Storm, sorry. Yeah,
Dire team pick.
Thunderstrike as well.
Shadow.
I knew it. A Shadow Fiend pick.
Radiant team
A
pick.
good nuke for OM, which means the Shadow Fiend will be taking the mid roll. PA going for the carry, while the tri lane of Lion, Pugna, and PA will be taking care of the top lane.
10 seconds remaining.
Timbersaw on the solo off. So last pick going ahead before we start this game 2 of day 1 of the D2 Summer League.
Reserve time. 5 seconds remaining.
And it's a DP! So they're gonna go for more of a rat push strat. Now if Death Prophet cannot get this game, at least try was there. Good luck, high five to all the teams, both teams in this match. We're going to hopefully
10
expect
seconds
a great
remaining.
matchup. Mortal Kombat. How come Hero is not there? We got some rich boys on both teams. Both towers the same. Both look like nice palaces of Bhutanese art. Let's go. Shadow Fiend picking up some regen and a Wrath Band. So smoke already up, maybe they might go for an early gank. PA's got a pair of slippers to start the game. Juggernaut as well, some regen and a Quelling Blade. Tank and regen for Bristol. A couple of wards. And some wards as well for the Disruptor. Timbersaw opting out to go for a 4-man shield to start up the game. This Shadow Fiend is Chete.
Wow!
Wow, look at this. This DP looks very, very pretty.
30 seconds to battle!
No ganks coming up in the first phase of this game. Just going to be securing the bounties as of now. Already GG being called on the map. But good enough. Fast. Sorry, fast.
Let's get this fight started!
And let's get this game started. No wards being dropped in mid lane as of now, but both wards on the mids. Even one sentry to maybe get an early D ward up in mid lane. We got the Juggernaut, Jakiro, and Disruptor on the bottom tri lane with the PA surprisingly on the off instead of the top. I think they're going to be morely essential on the what do you call the Timbersaw to be solo with the Bristol back, opting up for a 3v3 on the bot. Very, very, counter strat, I think, to have the 3v3 on the bot lane. And I think the Pugna pick was also for the PA, so maybe if he gets into low HP, Pugna can transfer some life into him so he can sustain more of the damage during the main fights in the later stage of the game. So far mid being very heavily nuked by the DP. While it's solo off lane is becoming a solo 1v1 up here, 1v1 action here, 1v1 action here, we got a 3v3 here. Might see an early first blood in this lane, most chances of that.
Top's gone missing!
And now allowing PA to farm the... No, he's not gonna farm. Oh, a miss of the ice wall.
That's for me! Money changes hands.
Already picking up the bounty runes already. SF is gonna be getting his bottle soon, I think. Yes, he will. Early bottle in 2 minutes. His ward has still not been dropped though. I think he suspects that DP will have that ward as well. But he did not get it. The sentry's right in the middle. They just can't expect him to ward anytime soon. I think he already warded it. Pretty safe with the mids. Pings are coming in. I think they're gonna go for an early game gank here. They've already got smoked up with the GG rune as well on the Lion. But the TP is quite in a safe kind of position. They are picking this out and they are alerting that the line is missing, so DP kind of suspects something is going to happen. And the two supports decide to go behind, maybe possibly, but it's a pause now coming in. Technical difficulties are affecting it. Meanwhile, SF is still on the CS lead with 20 last hits and 16 denies in 3 minutes, which is very good. Already got his stick up. Now going for opting for a boots next. Bristleback opting to go for boots and a Vanguard soon after. And the Timbersaw Arcane is on the agenda. Got maybe most likely a Battle Fury build on the Juggernaut. And early Arcane, Aquila, Rig of Aquila build for the Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, it's about time.
Is leg with pa. War is being purchased. But early game gank, can they get the first blood? Good got a fairy fires and an ice wall to save the day. But DP has to be careful, another Raze might just drop his HP to 0. Raze already at level 3 on the SF. Got it now, finally drops the ward, and the sentry immediately dewards it. So they suspected that to happen. But he's also got himself a sentry down here, so he can deward himself. A couple of early game dewarding action in mid lane. Well, the Juggernaut is left solo to farm on this tri lane on bottom. SF gets a haste rune, he's gonna go for aggressive gank. Yes, he will. But will this become his Downfall, no, he jukes away from the towers, but one of them is gonna die right now. Who's gonna happen first? The first blood does drop, but SF good set of Raiders. Can disrupt the flame, some revenge. Not when he has a haste though, or he 30 souls on the SF 5 minutes. But now the Timber Saw has become the new CS leader with 26. Gonna be getting his blood, gonna getting Soul Ring before the arcade. SF gonna go shrine up in this moment.
No, you don't.
The Juggernaut is actually having a hard time farming with his counter dry lane on bottom of lane. Only having 18 CS compared to the 30 on Timber Saw on top lane. The Gen will be pinged out, and I think it's going to be picked up by DP, who hasn't opted to go for his bottle early game, instead going for boots. SF and go check out some stuff. He wants to check the runes right now.
I will not forget this.
Ice wall, I just barely gets flying, but can he drop fast? Oh, great kinetic field. Gets it, and now can he get it too? But then wisely he gets blinked out and also decrypt fine. Meanwhile, GP is still trying to farm his bottle up fast. While the aggressiveness of the Timber trying to get that Bristol out, and he does so.
I'd hack you down again if I could!
So Bristol's having a kind of a tough time dealing with this Timber Saw, who's actually already on level 7. But
Go!
we're relatively very fast. Oh my god, that Nether Ward too, doing some decent damage to supports. And I think the Juggernaut is gonna get melted down, but first it's gonna be the Jakiro. And the Juggernaut manages to juke himself inside the trees. Can he be spotted? Yes, he will. And he gets glimpsed back. Oh, it's a great play from the Disruptor to save the Jugger. But I think he's gonna pay that with his life, and he will just about die. So, a lot of aggressiveness coming from OM. Juggernaut still managed to stay in the lane, although he has less than about 25% HP. Trying to be pinged out. TP also having kind of a struggle in mid lane, still has having his bottle. Another haste rune for SF, he's gonna look for some kills right now. He can go for mid lane, but then he chooses to go for the Disruptor, which has found himself out of position. The right clicks are heavy, just needs one more raise. Ah, but he gets kinetic field block, but still manages to get the kill with some swag. The last samurai is definitely the last samurai. Oh, but he gets an O. And turn to a frog, and oh, nice move by the Bhutan. But the TPs are coming in. Can they turn this around? TP coming in for this gets the silence of the BA. But that's pretty much nothing, just to chase them away. The other ward is doing something.
Radiant's middle tower is taking a drubbing.
Right now, the early game nukes with the Nether Blast level 3 is doing some decent amount of damage towards the supports. And I think one Nether Blast towards the Jug right now is not too safe. He's not too careful, he's gonna get himself sniped. Having kind of torrid time right now in bottom lane with this 3-man bottom lane. Timber Saw just finished farming up his arcade, now moving on to Soul Ring is on the way. gonna go for that early game pickup of the Bloodstone, while as the Bristleback is far away from his Vanguard. SF choosing up to go for a Shadow Blade pickup, almost there, just 800 more gold. Sorry, 600 more gold. Now the Jagira has come from this hard first early game nukes from the SF.
Double damage.
So the double damage is picked up by the TP, but just don't use it for farm. So far 77 CS on the SF, almost 100 in about 10 minutes.
Ownage!
Ownage and bottom lane.
Trusted you.
But now I think finally the TP, the PA survives with just about 11 HP. That was a man fight with the Jugger and the PA.
Many
I
thanks.
think all the fights are not going towards Surgeon's side right now at this moment, not having any luck. With this very wise, try lane on bottom lane, which is really doing some damage on the
Radiant's
laning
top
phase.
tower is under attack! Battle Fury!
Meanwhile, SF is farming some ancients and trying to
Radiant's
gank
top
on
tower is under
the
attack!
Timbersaw, which has gone way behind the tower. Silence up, he can't do much right now, but he's on the full HP and full mana. And I think he can nuke one down before he dies. Or the matter of fact, will he die? He's tanky, he got 4 levels on that reactive armor, and but then the DP ult is really munching his HP down. Maybe bit off more than he could chew, Timbersaw, but he will drop before he can actually get a kill on the Bristol, which gives some much needed gold on the Bristleback. The TP is gonna be, the tower is gonna be denied, of course.
Radiant's top
Timbersaw
tower has been
is trying to
denied!
do the
Spree!
Meanwhile, Baba Yaga is doing some heavy nuke damage,
Radiant's bottom tower is
and
under
pretty much
attack!
bottom lane has been ripped right now, badly, in terms of
Killing spree! Dominating!
SF just got a double kill on top.
Tower is under attack!
The XP lead network is
Radiant
now
walls
almost
have been
10,000
fortified!
lead
Beauties.
at this early game stage, already a 10k lead. We might just see a very early GG call at this stage. 13
Radiant's
to 2 the
bottom
score.
tower is under attack!
Right now, no fight is
Radiant's
going
bottom
towards.
tower is fallen!
But now Timbersaw again being heavily aggressive. Mana is none on the TP. But Timbersaw is not going to give up this fight. He's going to say, you want to go down, I'm going to take you down with me.
Radiant's top tower is
And
under
now I think it's a
attack!
4v1. Will they get this Timbersaw? He does have his Timber Chain up, and he does manages to get himself in the right position. And no, they gives him back. Good glimpse from Disruptor. The Timbersaw again gets out positioned. Dives too far. That's what you get. Meanwhile, the PA, I think is gonna picking up. Oh shit! Is he gonna? We're gonna see her. We're gonna see. No, not a economical, not a Requiem CD. But he does get himself inside the macro fire, and he's really man fighting this fight right now. Look at this. But he does manage to escape with his life. I don't know what TP was doing. He just watched him just walk away. Skinny Boy is on his way to a Deso.
I'll take that as tribute!
They do shrine up. And
Radiant's middle tower is under attack!
They got the mana sucker from the Lion, they got the HP sucker on the Pugna. Team full of sucking action over here. Timbersaw's had enough of the magic damage, he's picking up a cloak. Maybe change that into a Hood of Defiance soon enough after the while. Meanwhile, the Bristleback is still working on his Vanguard. 14 minutes. Still no Vanguard. Well, top lane. Now Requiem up, but then the Blade Fury does manage to not take any damage. But he will try to juke himself out. But that's not gonna stop SF, who is now unstoppable killing spree. And now they get the Timbersaw. Timbersaw just been catching himself out of position time and time again. But with the reactive armor, he does sustain some of the damage, but again being just outnumbered.
Tower is under attack.
Now that is already his third death by doing this crazy over-aggressive action. SM already got that Shadow Blue up, and I'll wait for a Death Soak soon enough as well.
Invisibility.
Invisibility rune on the DP, but then he just, I think, premature ulti because he gets nobody. But now maybe he can actually get a...
Radiant's middle tower.
The Pugna was actually dropping from the Ghost Spirits, and he can't be spotted because there's no detection. But DP is not gonna... Oh, almost there with the ice wall. It could have been a great play. But they're still munching this tower out, trying to get this out. Timbersaw has come in, this time with the hooded Defiance. And DP's ulti is slowly going away. Now it's completely gone, and a PA is going to jump in. But gets himself Omni slashed, and Rife stuck. Macro fire on the ground. And now SF also on the ground, 3-man macro ice wall. But the Timbersaw Chakram is doing so much damage.
Dominating! Killing spree!
And now even the Lion gets a killing spree out.
Tell them I sent you.
Only the PA dropping it for a 2-to-1 trade. And SF wants more, he's hungry. He wants some more. Yeah, SF's gonna pick up a DD rune. 36 souls back in. BL working hard on that Deso. It's gonna be done about 3 minutes or so. Timbersaw now is going to be working on his Bloodstone. Juggernaut still is working hard on that Battle Fury. He's really behind because of that hard lane he had faced. Blood splatter on the ground. He's got a long way to that Battle Fury. The Bristol finally gets his Vanguard now. $17-5. Game is in OM's hands right now. And now they're counting out the Roshan?
The Dire's top tower is under attack.
The Exorcism is ready if they want to use it, but they're very hesitant. The Nether Ward is kind of out of position right now, but they want the second tower. OM. Most next is going to be a Blink Dagger pick up for Lion, and if he does get that, then the Gangster is going to be harder to get. Smoked up. No, smoked up. He does manage to farm up his Jessel. But then, meanwhile, top lane SF is just munching out everything he sees in front of him. The Ice Wall just dropped, Exorcism just dropped as well. The Life Drain as well. And the Static Storm gets nothing. But now a lot of... Oh, it's a game change in terms of the gank fight, with the DP getting a killing spree out of their way. The Exorcism doing massive damage, and now I think OM just went too far as they shouldn't have, and now they get a nice comeback. But a Pugna trying to outplay everybody, and he does get a kill and manage to get himself out of that situation. But Team Surgeon 2 managed to defend their T2 on the bottom lane. But what's PA trying to do? PA is just trying to burst the shit out of this, but he will try to TP out, and he will get out of that situation. They need some stuns going out here because they're just literally TPing in front of their faces. They need an ice wall in those sort of situations. Ward has been dropped here by
Gold!
That's for me.
Now Blade Mail pickup is gonna come up next on the Bristol. SF now has stacking and farming. Origin got himself a Deso in the process. And now on his way to a Silver Edge. PA also
Trust me,
trying to go
I
for a
know how to
Limp
handle
Kicks,
such power.
maybe to counter that Omni Slash. He suspects something, so he's gonna back out of this. They do ward here, which is also warded in the same spot. But Pugnacious is not to do ward this. At least in terms of rage, they're just out of range. And they're gonna get the Roshan already in the first beginning without no life steal. But they're confident, they got 2 Desos on their team. And now the ganks go out. That Nether Ward is doing some serious work. And the Timber Chain from out of nowhere gets not finger, but then that Bristol does manage to sustain some damage. Oh, kinetic field, good save, the Bristol, but I think he will somewhat go down. Meanwhile, the backline, Jack Rio goes down. And the SF with a great combination gets one. And Exorcism, oh my god, can he turn this fight around? Who's gonna go down first? But the SF just right click is just too much for the deep green. And now, road to 5k is godlike. Now Juggernaut, what's he trying to do? Juggernaut says, get out of Roshan, I'm not gonna stay here. But he does TP out of this place. And the timing's just off. And he just, oh god, what a disaster. As Toby1 would say, it's a disaster. And now they get 3 kills and a Roshan. And Jakiro trying to stop this. Jakiro says, no, if you want to get a Roshan, you gotta go through my fire. Which pretty much does actually make him go away because the fire's gonna be there for a while. SF's dropping low.
The Dyer's top tower is under
And it
attack.
glimpse back the, oh, that's a great play from the Disruptor and the Jakiro combination. But then the life sucking drain is just getting him out of the way. Pugna is just outplaying these 2 supports at this moment. Meanwhile, SF has bottled a regen rune and he's going to be regening soon. The Roshan has been
Radiant's middle tower is taking a
given up
drubbing.
at this moment in time. Regening up, trying to opt for the bottom tower instead. Meanwhile, Timbersaw is almost finished with his Bloodstone. And the SF as well with his Silver Edge. Pugna is got his Ether Lens, gonna go up for some more wards and a smoke.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
PL opting to go for a Basher next. And then soon enough Abyssal. They need some detection in this place because they're not seeing this SF. No, just letting him get away so easily. But this does give him sort of range if he does come up in their jungle. And now he's giving the life to the PA farm. Stacks are on stacks. The CS on the SF is pretty well as well. 13k net worth on the SF. Now Glimmer Cape is going to pick up with Pugna soon enough. Now they do ward that ward which was on the hill. Meanwhile, Juggernaut has finished his Battle Fury and is going to go for a, I don't know what's it, a Deso or a Yasha, Sage Yasha, or a Mantra style. And goes to check up on that Roshan, he's still there. Pings are coming out from top lane, from the Sergeant.
This should make my life easier.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Sisters.
Towers are getting munched out. So far, the team lead net worth wise is still OM in favor with over 15k ahead, as well as the experience. So if Team Surgeon want to get back into the game, they need some good ganks going into their favor. BKB pick up for DP. He's got enough of that nuke damage. He wants to counter it. Unorthodox, but now he's going to go up for Ghost Scepter as well, so he can counter both the magic damage and the physical damage coming up from the SF and the PA combination. Lion almost done with his Blink Dagger, and Timbersaw also is done with his Bloodstone. They're still picking out the Roshan. They want this Roshan, but they're just too afraid to go into it. Meanwhile, while Surgeon just chooses to farm it, OMs has now made themselves a 17k lead in gold. And now it's smoked up. Planning for something big here. While as Surgeon think they're in the Roshan pit, they get nothing.
Holy shit!
Buyback immediately disrupt them. They want to fight this. DP pops his BKB and his ulti, but gets nothing. It's just airballs. The Requiem is going to be popped right on the face of the crystal back. Perfect timing. Getting run away. Nuke, unstoppable Pugna, and a beyond godlike SF. And I think the Jakiro also going to go down with the Chipper. Oh, he misses. Jakiro jukes himself out of this situation amazingly. And Ice Wall as well, just to measure it for his escape. But they will most likely be getting the T2 3-man down, 3-4-0 trade on that fight. And the swing is now gone to 18k net worth.
Radiant's middle tower is taking a drubbing.
PA going to finish up that. I think we're going to go up for a BKB instead of a bash.
Here, Radiant's been fortified. No, mate, don't waste your time. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But then, after all this fight, they still do not manage to get the tower down. Oh my god, this SF hits like a truck and he will just punch this crystal back down. Right on his back. Doesn't matter. This SF hits like a truck. And they should be worried about that. Oh, but the Knight does get himself out position and glimpse back to the Ice Wall good combination. But he just gets some HP from the Macro Fire combination all out of the place. Kinetics field as well. Just air balls. They're just not, combining their skills together as well as OM have. And the nuke damage is just too heavy. They just can't take it. Even in the shrine, they're just taking it. SF just picks off the Juggernaut in the process. But I think they might possibly. Oh, he gets perfect kill SF. And most likely this is going to be a full 5-man wipe.
Triple kill!
With only the Bristol responding to join the fight. And it's going to be a very easy wreck. But I think they're going to retreat as all of them are below 50% HP. So they do somehow manage to defend the Rex. But now the gold lead has gone up to 25k. Got a shrine up, heal. $16 SF right now, still undead, this guy. Virgin Gaming, 0 deaths so far for both SF and Pugna. While as on the opposite side of the Virgin, we got Beatrice Miller with 0 on his score. Another pause, another technical difficulty we're facing today.
The battle resumes.
I think now finally they will be able to munch this Roshan down. Daedalus soon will be coming out on the SF. The PA has also finished his BKB. BKB up, PA. This is going to be more of a
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
easy ages for Skinny Boy. And now they are going to most definitely raid the mid racks where the pings are coming out. But first they say, let's get the shrines. So they're going to go for the shrines first. Splitting the shrine push with the bottom lane as well.
Money changes hands.
bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Juggernaut trying to rat stop.
Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is fallen.
But does he have a TP though? Yeah, he's on CD, so he's probably missing out on a raid at this moment. Skinny Boy does have his Aegis, so he can jump into this fight. Also, BKB up. Kinetic Steel, Static Storm gets nothing. Airball. And then the TP is going to be saved by that Ice Wall just barely. Even the Jakiro gets himself out of this. And no heroes going down so far, but they are getting the raid. And then the Nether Ward is also giving them such troubles as well. And the first one to be going down is going to be Sam. Back. TP LT pops, and he's doing sustainable damage to the PA, but he does have the BKB and the Aegis as well. So meanwhile, SF is doing some major damage on the barracks.
Mega kill! Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
While the barracks are down,
Radiant's bottom barracks are fallen.
can't do anything right now.
Double kill.
Basically, they're just dominating this area, man.
Look, the Dire's top tower is under attack.
Not only that, the top tower is being ratted out by the Juggernaut, surprisingly. But they don't care. OM don't care. They got what they need. They're just gonna go back home. Tower's gonna be safe and sound, and probably Juggernaut's gonna die for that. But he tries to pop the Omni Slash, but he will die for that.
One down.
Juggernaut tried to force spot that he should have. Now they're trying to go for another step back, but they don't have their hard hitters. I think now the Timbersaw is most definitely going to be used up, but he's such a tank, he can't take shit. He tries to TP out, he gets the glimpse back, kinetic storm, silence, but Timber Chain out. He's a tanky Timbersaw. He's not going to get die anytime soon if you don't burst him out first.
Holy shit!
This Mr. Back is not being the tank that he needs to be. And again, the combinations are coming off not on time, which will mean another set of racks towards Oriental Misfits. And the kill. Wicked sick on the Timbersaw, unstoppable on the Pukta, and beyond godlike on the SF. It's just a matter of time before the GG call.
Holy shit!
Again.
Radiant's top tower is fallen.
This should make my life easier.
It's just a massacre at this point. There's no way.
Radiant's top barracks are fallen.
There's no way that Surgeon can come back from this, and there's the GG call
The
just
Dire now
going to
have
be
mega
a
crates.
matter of time
These
now.
crates are serious now.
They're just playing around right now. They don't really care what's going to go down. I think Surgeon also expects themselves not to win this last fight and call the GG.
Radiant's middle tower is taking
Showboating here from the
Radiant's
disruptor.
middle tower has fallen.
Oh my god, it's like 3 hits on the Jugger. 3 hits! And it's going to be a very dominant display from OM where the GG has been called. Game 1! Original Misfits takes it in style. We'll be back shortly. You guys tune in for game 2 after this break.